Welcome to the test server 2.9. My name is Sparkman, and today we're going to run a couple of interesting combos. There's a few things being tested, but I'm not testing everything on this video. I'm not testing the gecko lasers because I don't feel they're very relevant for the game the way it's developing at the moment. Long range is really not where it's at. It's becoming, it's moving back towards a short-range brawler game, and what they're not testing, what this test server is the Rogatka, but they have implemented the Rogatka speed increase, and also the jump cooldown has been lowered to 7 seconds. So the Rogatka is now a lot faster and a lot more nimble than it was before. So I'm testing that. But this new medium prototype is quite a beast, and so I've got two different builds. I've got the two plasma builds, and I've got a Tulumbas build. And the Tulumbas is because it's a medium range build, and the reload mechanic for the Tulumbas has changed, making it fire like the Orkan. And I've played around with this a bit, and it's actually quite good. Unfortunately, in this game, it's not the best map for it, so it actually is a bit of a limitation in this game. I've also got the Natasha with the new heavy prototype weapon, and the reason I put that in is because the Natasha with the prototype weapon and molots actually does more damage than a Fury with 3 of the new heavy prototypes. Again, this is not the best map for that one, and but I have tested that, and it does look to be the case. The Natasha does a shed load of damage with this new loadout. But there you can see the Rogatka now. It's quite a nimble bot. It's really fun to play, and I have a reasonably good run with it. In fact, this guy I'm coming up against, he's in a Rogatka. He's exactly the same Orkan Rog, and unfortunately, he doesn't see me, so I get to unload most of my Orkans right into him just after he finishes jumping. Bit of a surprise. I took half his health and he took very little of mine. Now I'm doing a bit more of his health there. And yeah, I tried to do a jump and get him, but didn't jump high enough to actually get him. And now the speed of the Rogatka is like 58 in this one, but I tried to run backwards, and fortunately that thing was behind me, so I caught a lot of his Orkans, took half my health. I think this guy is frozen right now. There's a lot of lag in the server, so unfortunately that's not really a fair exchange. I mean, he just sat there and I just unloaded into him. But I hope you get some idea about the Rogatka and how much faster it is, and it really is a hell of a lot of fun to play. But now there's 3 guys coming on this side, and yeah, it's night time. Yeah, it looks like yeah, the Zeus got me. I think the Zeus is going to be the bane of the new Rog, even though the new Rog's really fast. The Zeus locks on, and yeah. Now this guy's a beast. 3 Tarans. I suggest anyone who's got Tarans to start upgrading them as fast as possible, because I think with all the ancile shields around at the moment, the Taran is now one of the top weapons again in the game, because it does a hell of a lot of damage. You can just physically shoot through physical shields. It does so much damage, especially with 3 of them. And you'll see this a bit later on as we take on a Galahad's front shield. 1 clip is enough to blow through a Galahad's front shield. So that's 200,000 or 199,000 damage for a max Galahad. Now look, this guy unfortunately doesn't see me. This is sad. I just take him. See all the Zeus out there? I mean, everyone's running Zeus now because of all the physical shields, all the ancile shields, because Zeus just cuts through them. So with this new medium bot, that's the counter, is to run Zeus. So this guy's got 2 Zeus and ancile, and there's another Carnage as well, and yeah. I used the dash to avoid the the blast. Now I'll take this Carnage down a lot of health, but eventually yeah, trying to use a bit of cover so I don't get taken. But with 4 Zeus still out there, yeah, it's pretty difficult. Both of those guys lost a lot of health in that exchange, so so now I take the second guy out, and this is actually, for me, it was a very good round. It's one of the games where, with this hanger, particular hanger, that I scored over 1 million damage, so you'll see that at the end. And most of that damage came from these guys. These Tarans, really, 3 Tarans on this thing is just a monster bot. Because it's got the ancile shield, it really, half the weapons out there just are useless against it, because it effectively blocks all the molots, blocks the rocket weapons. It makes it a very, very effective bot. Plus the speed is pretty good, and the jump cooldown is pretty good right now. So right now I think it's hit a sort of a sweet spot. But now check out this Galahad. I get to use a full clip on its front shield, and we'll see that front shield pop off by the time I finish firing. There it is, no shield. So 1 clip, 1 shield. So that's like a naked Galahad now. It's got no nothing left. So I'm just taking cover there because it's another Taran build out there. And watch how fast these Jeopard dies. This is a Jeopard with the pinatas. And really, the Jeopard is... Yeah, maybe I should have taken this Taran guy on the side, because he takes me... He hasn't got much health left, but he's still got his shield. And he ends up being quite effective in terms of taking out a lot of our guys. So this is the Natasha. It's not a great round with the Natasha, because I'm trying to cut through these ancile shields. And I think the ancile shield is one of the things that's going to limit the effectiveness of the new molot buff and the molot heavy weapon, because when you spend so much time trying to take down these ancile shields, you end up not doing a great deal of damage. So the weapon of choice now is energy. I think Zeus is really starting to come up as the weapon of choice now. So I'm just using my molots on this guy because it's an easy kill. And the other guy with the heavy took me out. So now we try the Tulumbas build. And again, this build can be quite effective if you're using it at range, because it's a close map. I don't really have the benefit of that range to play with. Oh, there's a helicopter flying there. I reckon that's cool. And so I'll give it a go, but again, with the ancile shields of these bots, there's a Lancelot with ancilot coming, and as well as a one of the medium builds. This guy is not so effective against those. He doesn't have enough damage output to take the shield down and then do damage to the bot. So I dance around a little bit with it, but it's not that effective. Most of my damage has already been done with the 2 plasma builds that I ran. But it can be a good bot, because I think with this the speed of this bot plus the 3 Tulumbas and running it around 400 to 500 meters, you get a nice, useful medium range build. Because it's unlike the Fury, which is the standard warhorse for medium range. This guy can really relocate quite quickly. It's got decent speed with the dash ability. It's like a Carnage. You can really move around the map a bit. And the 3 mediums is pretty much similar damage output than a Carnage, probably a little bit more, I think. So you can actually get into the 500 meter range quite easily, dump your rockets and jump back out again if you really need to. But here we go, we're fighting ancile shields, and yeah, rockets just don't cut it against ancile shields. So the game meta really is changing. It's really moving. You need to have a decent plasma loadouts in your hangar now to deal with these anciles, and which I think is really good because it really shifted before the ancile buff. It really shifted to Orkans and rockets, and you needed to have a huge amount of upgraded Orkans, which are very expensive to upgrade. Now, Tarans are essentially free. They're workshop point weapons, and they do a shed load of damage. So it's really good that the Taran is coming back into the game again. And I really don't know what's going to happen with the molots though, because as the game changes, maybe the even Furies become less relevant now. It's becoming more of a brawler game. So, which is good. I really like it. But currently I think this medium range bot is way too overpowered as it stands here. Everyone will get one of these things if they get released like this. They may have the same health as a Rog, but with the shield and the 3 weapons, the damage potential is huge, as you can see from that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Sparkman. Until the next time, see you later.